You're sitting down to write and nothing else works. You're bored, restless, maybe a little dramatic, and then suddenly, like a lightning bolt, writing comes to you. Not as a hobby, not as a career plan, but as a way to set yourself free. That's how our author started. Before that, there were sketches. Yes, sketches. But writing won out, because apparently freedom of expression trumps artistic doodles. Now, fast forward a few years, after reading classics, philosophy, history, and diving deep into African studies, this writer has finally given us a literary gem. The kind that makes you pause, reflect, and sometimes go, huh, I didn't see that coming.
What a twist!
Today's review is about different from the usual review I do for books I have read. There are several reasons for this, but the chief one is that I failed to make notes when I read. This will not be a routine. Let's dive in, shall we? The author introduces themselves simply, down-to-earth, approachable. But underneath that simplicity lies a literary mind that's curious, thoughtful, and unafraid to explore difficult topics. Writing wasn't trained, it was discovered. It was a response to life itself, a way to release, to process, to question. Their writing spans poetry, essays, and even attempts at short stories, though poetry remains their first love. They write not to please, but to explore, to set themselves free, and in doing so, they invite us along for the journey. Ever wondered what a name can tell you about someone? Well, the author's name is Elikplim Akorli. Elikplim translates to God is with me, and Akorli is a family name given to the fourth male in the line. There's even a touch of the Japanese kami-sama in the meaning, a nod to spirituality and reverence. Names like that, kind of make you feel the depth even before reading the first page. So, what does a degree in African studies have to do with poetry? Surprisingly, quite a lot. The author's academic journey gave them a lens to understand African culture, history, and identity, something that informs their work deeply. Classics and philosophy added intellectual rigor and perspective, while African studies gave them roots and acceptance of self. This combination of breadth and depth, philosophical insight plus cultural grounding, is what makes their work both personal and universally resonant. All right, drumroll. The book in question is A Heart's Quest. And let me tell you, it's not just a title, it's a statement. The poems in this anthology are unusual, in the best way possible. Each piece is a journey of thought and spirit, a challenge to the youth of Ghana, Africa, and the world. The central idea is simple yet profound. The heart is on a quest. It's stronger than the mind, guiding action and thought, initiating impulses that shape life. The collection urges young people to recognize their potential and consider the possibilities hidden within them. Imagine a poetic call to awaken Africa's spirit and contribute meaningfully to the world stage. Bold, right? But that's exactly the ambition of A Heart's Quest. One thing that hits you immediately in this book is the presence of love, sexual, filial, and friendly. The author explains this as an exploration of humanity's sexual nature. Sexuality, creativity, and love are intertwined, forming a sacred experience that floods the mind like an orgasm of ideas, no exaggeration.
Holy shit, I'm gonna come.
But it's not just physical love. It's emotional, intellectual, and spiritual. Love is the thread that weaves the poems together, yet it's never limiting. It branches into philosophical, social, and cultural reflections, making each poem a multi-layered experience. Beyond love, the poems tackle several threads, sometimes branching in unexpected directions. The Ghanaian experience, culture, societal conditions. These are subtly interwoven, adding depth without ever feeling preachy. The author intentionally crafts these layers, leaving it to the reader to discover and interpret. Humor also plays a role, often through repeated phrases or playful language. Laughter serves as a vehicle to highlight important points, giving the reader space to pause and reflect. Here's a fun twist. Some of the poems are translated into Japanese. Why? A deep love for Japan, its people, and culture. Encounters with individuals like Maki Kawamoto, Tayuda Masa, and Hirono Utie help the author appreciate Japan's nuances. It's an intentional bridge, literature as a meeting point between Africa and Japan, showcasing how openness and dialogue can cross continents. Now let's get real. Publishing this work was no walk in the park. Some people opposed the ideas outright, others supported them wholeheartedly, and a few criticized just for the sake of it. But the author persisted, choosing to self-publish because the message needed to reach readers. The aim was not commercial success, but inspiration, perspective, and the encouragement of creative exploration. The writing is bold, honest, and experimental. The poems challenge traditional structures, blending philosophy, culture, and personal experience. Repetition, humor, branching narratives, and emotional depth all contribute to a style that invites engagement and reflection. It's poetry that asks you to think, feel, and question, not just to read passively. Personally, what struck me about A Heart's Quest is its fearless approach. It refuses to stay in one lane. Love, culture, society, philosophy all converge in a tapestry of ideas. The author's voice is authentic, unapologetic, and deeply human. Each poem feels like a conversation, sometimes intimate, sometimes challenging, but always thoughtful. The idea of the heart guiding the mind is compelling. It's a reminder that emotion, intuition, and passion are powerful forces in creativity, not just rational thought. Reading this book feels like embarking on a journey where you're encouraged to explore your own potential, reflect on society, and appreciate the layers of human experience. Key themes: love in its many forms, sexual, filial, and friendly, self-discovery and potential, a call for youth empowerment, African identity and cultural reflection, embracing roots and context, cross-cultural dialogue, Japanese translations as a bridge, creativity as sacred experience, blending emotion, intellect, and expression. The anthology is both personal and universal. The poems are deeply reflective, yet they speak to broader societal issues and cultural identity. Humor, repetition, and experimental structure make the reading dynamic and engaging, encouraging multiple readings to fully appreciate the depth. Elikplim Akorli is a writer whose journey began with a need for personal freedom. His academic background in African studies, combined with a passion for classics, philosophy, and history, informs his work with depth and perspective. While poetry is his main domain, he also writes essays and explores short stories. His self-publishing journey reflects his commitment to sharing ideas that challenge, inspire, and awaken readers. So there you have it, A Heart's Quest, a bold, thoughtful, and multidimensional anthology. It's a call to youth, a reflection on love, a celebration of African identity, and a bridge across cultures. Reading it feels like conversing with a mind unafraid to question, challenge, and explore the heart's potential. If you're ready to journey through emotion, thought, and cultural reflection, this book might just be the companion you didn't know you needed. And if you're looking for poetry that's unorthodox, honest, and deeply human, A Heart's Quest is waiting. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you're interested in diving deeper into this book, I've left some links down in the description. You can use it to grab yourself a copy and keep the adventure going. And if you're in the mood for more great reads, don't go just yet. Click on one of the videos popping up right now that I think you'll love. And don't forget to give this review a like, leave a comment, or even subscribe if you'd like to see more. Every bit of support helps us grow this little community of book lovers. See you in the next one.